December 1945. A squadron of U.S. Navy planes vanishes off Florida's coast. March 1918. A huge U.S. Navy cargo ship en route to Baltimore is lost without a trace. Over the years, many more ships and planes disappear within a 450,000 square mile zone of open ocean. A source of intrigue, legend, and fear. This is the Bermuda Triangle. Now, using new technology, we can strip away the water layer by layer and unveil a hidden landscape. We'll drain the Bermuda Triangle, working our way deeper and deeper to explore its darkest corners, tackling some of the Triangle's greatest mysteries. When the water is fully drained, what will we find at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle? Bermuda, an island oasis 650 miles off the east coast of the United States. For centuries, it's been a refuge for Atlantic shipping, but the island's waters conceal a deadly threat. Bermuda's name comes to strike fear into the hearts of sailors and earns a reputation as the Isle of Devils. Why have so many ships perished in these crystal clear seas so close to land? Philippe sets out to visit several wrecks that could shed some light on this mystery. First, the Mary Celestia, an iron-hulled steamship carrying supplies in the American Civil War. Just around the coast, there's another wreck, the Constellation. And slightly farther, yet another, the Montana. In fact, according to Philippe's records, numerous wrecks completely encircle Bermuda. There's clearly something out there that poses a deadly threat to shipping. To address this and other long-standing Bermuda Triangle mysteries, we need to see the underwater lay of the land. Removing the ocean layer by layer to gradually reveal an extraordinary landscape. Never seen before. To look into the Bermuda Triangle's depths, we use a fast-evolving technology called sonar mapping. Sonar mapping fires sound waves to the ocean floor. The return signals display the shape and depth of the land beneath. And it's sonar technology that may help uncover the cause of the hundreds of shipwrecks surrounding the island. Why are we finding the edge of an underwater mountain just off the coast of Bermuda? To find out, we need to see the bigger picture. The latest sonar data from all around Bermuda allow us to virtually drain this entire area. With the water gone, the tiny island appears to perch on a spectacular mountaintop, a seamount 2.5 miles high, all alone in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So how did it get here? After the volcano became extinct 30 million years ago, wind and rain eroded the mountain down to a flat plateau. Then, as sea levels rose after the Ice Age, Bermuda was left as a small island on top of the seamount. Today, Reefs have built up on the slopes of this ancient volcano and now surround most of Bermuda.
Bermuda's reefs are our natural barrier for protecting us from the fury of the ocean, but it's also been the sad fate for many mariners.
These reefs are potentially deadly to shipping, but it's what is living on the reef that poses an even more treacherous threat. Locally, they're known as boilers or breakers. Breakers are formed by a type of rocky algae and the shells of millions of tiny mollusks. Together, they create an incredibly hard limestone structure, which can grow up to 35 feet from the seabed, with the tops sometimes breaking the surface at low tide. Breakers sometimes have sharp points. These can pierce a ship's hull like a can opener, potentially sinking it in minutes. And they can be at their deadliest in calm weather.
One of the ironies of breakers is that they're more visible when there's wave action and storms. So in fact, the breakers are sometimes at their most dangerous on a flat, calm day because they can't be seen at all.
Breakers have caused many of Bermuda's shipwrecks. The Mary Celestia is one of them. This concealed threat surrounds Bermuda, a deadly legacy of its volcanic past. And a World War II-era flight out of Florida may be the best known of all the Bermuda Triangle myths. Flight 19, the Lost Patrol. December 5th, 1945. 5 Avenger torpedo bombers take off from Fort Lauderdale Naval Air Station in Florida. Flight 19, as it's codenamed, is a routine navigation training mission along the Atlantic coast. In command is U.S. Navy Lieutenant Charles Taylor, a highly experienced airman. He's led dozens of training missions, but is unfamiliar with this particular stretch of coast. Midway through the mission, things start to go wrong. Lieutenant Taylor reports trouble with his compasses. With the weather deteriorating fast, they're soon hopelessly lost. A PBM-5 Martin Mariner sets out on a rescue mission to locate the flight and guide the pilots back home. The Mariner calls in a routine message. After that, it's never heard from again. No wreckage has ever been recovered from Flight 19 or the Mariner rescue plane. All kinds of weird and wonderful theories have been put forth to explain the disappearance of these aircraft, from alien abductions to the effects of an electromagnetic fog. For the first time, it's possible to drain this area to the seabed, around 3 miles down. Draining reveals a vast, featureless underwater zone known as the Abyssal Plain. It's like a gigantic underwater desert, and easy to see why the aircraft have never been recovered. As we drain even water from the Bermuda Triangle and head deeper, we'll encounter other bizarre phenomena. In the Bahamas, ancient tales speak of sea monsters hidden in deep underwater caves, beasts that consume people and ships. Now scientists are uncovering the extraordinary truth behind these legends. Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida, at the Bermuda Triangle's western point, lie the Bahamas. An archipelago of more than 700 islands. Here we encounter one of the Triangle's most mysterious natural forces. Whirlpools that, according to local legends, can suck down people and ships. With the oceans drained to nearly 3 miles, a stunning landscape is revealed. The Bahamas sit atop a vast limestone plateau that rears up from the seabed. It's known as the Great Bahama Bank. Cliffs taller than any found on dry land soar nearly 15,000 feet, almost 3 times higher than the Grand Canyon. Closer to the shoreline, another phenomenon. Some of the strangest geological rock formations found anywhere in the world. They're called the blue holes. Gigantic underwater cavities extending hundreds of feet below sea level. Dean's blue hole is the biggest and deepest of them all. Over the years, Dean's blue hole has claimed several lives. Locals tend to keep their distance, warned off by some alarming supernatural tales. The Bahamas' blue holes may be slowly giving up their secrets. But there are many more unexplained phenomena at work in the Bermuda Triangle. Strange tales of gigantic walls of water appearing out of nowhere. And a curious underwater substance covering the seabed with the potential to destroy ships. For centuries, mariners have spun tales of rogue waves. Enormous walls of water appearing out of nowhere, overwhelming any ship in their path. So did the Triangle's turbulent seas produce a freak wave large enough to sink the Cyclops? The Bermuda Triangle has long been thought of as a place of mystery. We're using the latest technology to drain it layer by layer and possibly dispel the myths. But there's another bizarre phenomenon that could explain the loss of the ship. On the seabed, at depths below 1,100 feet, deposits of a strange, milky, waxy material can be found. A single patch can cover an area bigger than Manhattan. It's a substance called methane hydrate. The deepest part of the Bermuda Triangle, the Puerto Rico Trench, may conceal its deadliest secret. So scientists race to explore this inaccessible underwater region. There are spectacular sheer cliffs several miles high. It's truly an awe-inspiring landscape at the very bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. 5 miles down. Draining the Bermuda Triangle has shown a stunning range of highly varied terrain. Including some of the strangest features known to exist in our oceans. The myths and legends of the Triangle are persistent and deep-rooted. Yet we've discovered that the dangers posed by this area don't appear to come from any supernatural phenomena, but from the very real and very deadly forces of Mother Nature herself.